right, we're back. What up? Go ahead and get started. And we're gonna watch a couple of videos and get some of that shit out of the way. All right. Okay, let's see. Make sure I get everything ready to go. Make some YouTube videos. We'll watch this in a minute. And let me just refresh this as well. Also, make sure I get this set up too. I am logged in. Idea I had a long time ago. What's this? Oh, new ML every Monday. This Tower Fantasy, not Throne of Liberty. Yeah, here we go. This. Yeah, guys, I'll take care of it in a minute, guys. Just let me get everything set up, okay? All right. Get back on this character. Okay. Wowhead boosting communities rumored to be getting destroyed. Okay. Talk about that. And what else has happened? Oh yeah. Okay, this is article. Get this here. Okay, we should be almost ready to go. Give me just 1 second. I gotta scroll all the way down. I got a lot of homework we gotta watch. It's gonna be a while. Did you get implants for your teeth or just caps? I got caps or crowns on the teeth. I'm not really sure if I'm gonna need to get anything else. I'm pretty much good now, but we'll see what happens. Necro video today. I'll probably do one tomorrow. I'm not sure. We'll see what happens. Okay. Let's see. Yeah, I'll watch that. And I might watch this, the Throne and Liberty one. I haven't seen this. Problem with anime girls. Tinder. I want to watch this shit on stream. About a guy on Tinder. I don't know if I'm gonna do that today or not, but we're gonna see. The Genshin video? Yeah, we'll see what happens. What's your opinion on skateboarding? I used to skate like every day. Like Zach still has his skateboard here from whenever we used to do that. We used to like record ourselves skating and shit like that, like from back in the day. Yeah. All right, so let me go ahead and I guess we'll start with this one. Yeah, we'll start with this one real quick. This looks hilarious. Yeah, I think so. You got everything well with your teeth? Could you make a true story of Cataclysm soon? Yeah, it hasn't gone well yet. As I said yesterday, my teeth got fucked up in the in the first you know, set of work done. My front teeth got fucked up because they were so brittle and like fucked up already before, like, just going into it they were fucked up. And now I have to get those fixed. Like, it was important that I did it quickly, but now because of the damage that it's dealt to the teeth, and it makes it hard for me to talk and just like eat and do normal things, it's become even more important that I get it done quickly. And so that's what I'm going to do. That'll be happening hopefully next week. I mean, I want to get this done as soon as possible, man. I want to get this done and move on with my life. That's the way I've said. Skating's not hip now? Well, I don't know. Like, I think skating's cool. Like, it's badass. Like, I'm a fan. I'm a fan of skating. All right, let's see here. Give myself a drink. Best thing I do is start going to Dennis regular again. Yeah, I know. I might try and cut back on a little bit of soda, but I think it's also what I really want to do is, like, I think it's a better solution for me personally to, like, try to brush my teeth once during the day. Like, for example, like, I brush my teeth after my stream. Like, I go downstairs, I finish the show, I brush my teeth, I rinse my mouth out, and I just do that twice a day. I think that'll be better. Last drink of the day should really be non-sugar. Yeah, it usually is. Just once. Yeah, I only brush my teeth once a day. I should probably do it more. Okay. Sit down here. Where's the chair? Okay. All right. Gentlemen, today it's time to tell you a tale of some clowns. Time to tell you a tale of a little bit of bitch boys that finally fucked around and they found out. It's looking like the WoW boosting communities are being removed from Discord. Now, this seems to be primarily a EU-only thing. Now, why is it an EU-only thing? I am assuming it's because they have different types of rules on, like, you know, secondary currencies and stuff like this. And Discord, like, somebody at Blizzard, okay? Let me just tell you guys this right here, okay? Somebody at Blizzard. My dad's calling me. Give me 1 second. How do you do what? Okay. My dad, he called me, he wanted to know how to turn on his computer. And then, after that, he told me he was watching something, because like he used to live in Florida, and they were catching 15-foot pythons in Florida, and he was talking about how we should go down there and catch 15-foot pythons with in Florida. And then he said on the TV show, one of the girls that was there was hot. So yeah, yeah, do it, stream it, bro. Like like the thing is, he grew up with snakes. I didn't grow up with snakes. Like I can deal with a like a fucking like a coyote or something like that, because I know what they can do. Like I don't know what like what is in a snake spell book. Like I don't know what they can do because I haven't really dealt with a lot of them, so they freak me out because I don't know how they work. Yeah, grab snakes, get chased. I say fuck that, dude. They have bounty pythons in Florida. That's what he was saying. Yeah, he was saying he wanted to go out there and get them, and that's it. And anyway, so I fucking forgot. Yeah, I don't know mechanics to snake. I never done a snake boss. Okay, where the fuck was I? Right. Wait. Make sure I'm not AFKing. Okay, I'm good. So Blizzard is finally doing something about this. No, probably actually not even Blizzard. This is probably Discord or EU countries. Now, a lot of you guys know EU countries, a lot of European countries, they do something different than what we do here in America. It's called caring about the people that vote for you. And they care slightly more than what happens here. Not a lot. I'm sure a lot of you guys in Europe are like, fuck that, they messed me up too. But it's probably a little bit better than it is here. And so anyway, what happened is they've gotten rid of these boosting communities. And the boosting communities have been these large, what's the word for it? Guilds in real life, I guess you could say, like federations, cartels, whatever you want to call it, of people that kind of get together and do boosting and WoW for gold. Now, I think that this is the elephant in the room, is that how do you have the expendable income to boost all the time in WoW for just WoW gold? Well, I know why. It's because you sell it for real money. That's why. That's how it happens. And anybody who doesn't think that is fucking delusional. Of course these people are selling it for real money. What do you think they're doing? They're just buying spectral tigers? Give me a fucking break. They're selling it for money. How the fuck do you think they can afford to do it 10 hours a day? So anyway, yeah, G2G enjoyers, there you go. So WoW boosting communities rumored to be removed from Discord. Numerous questions being raised this morning, as many of the most popular boosting communities from Europe have had their Discord servers vanishing overnight. Discord servers from the Twilight, Nova, Dawn, Oblivion, and Sylvanas communities have all had their servers closed by Discord. According to sources familiar with the matter, the Discord accounts from the owners were also disabled for the time being. I think that this is 100% some like EU law. I don't know, but we'll see. In the email received by the owners and the communities, the reason given by Discord was your account participated in selling, promoting, or distributing hacks, cheats, or cracked accounts, which is violation of Discord's terms of service or community guidelines. So everybody knows that once you're doing... Like, I don't believe in people. The moment that somebody crosses the threshold from breaking the rules, I assume that they will break all of the rules. So it's like, what do you think the chances are that these people aren't selling accounts and fucking other hacks and bullshit like this? I don't know. I think, what are the chances? Well, I know what the chances are. They're zero. So anyway, that's pretty much what it is. And also not paying taxes, exactly. It's just, again, if somebody breaks one rule, they're probably going to break other ones. It's just what makes sense. People involved in these communities suspect that the closure of the Discord servers might have been a mass report attack on the communities as they claim, allegedly to not be participating in any actions against Discord's guidelines or terms of service. That's right, guys. It's all a fucking conspiracy. They've all been mass reported. There's no actual thing that they were doing wrong, everything like that. No. It was all against them. It was a fucking conspiracy. No, I think that obviously that these discords were going to get suspended. Again, a lot of these people are probably doing, it's the same thing I said before. Remember whenever we did that Final Fantasy thing? They're like, well, we don't have not safe for work stuff on our Discord. Well, why do you have a channel for not safe for work? Well, it's only in one channel. So you do have it then. It's like, well, yeah, but I mean, it's like, okay, all right, let's fucking cut to the chase here. You're just talking in circles on purpose. And so this is what I see. People hated that. Yes, exactly. That's what it is. We've investigated ourselves and found nothing wrong. Exactly. And so, despite Blizzard's recent efforts, boosting communities have been slowly gearing back up to the same standards as they were operating in earlier, before Blizzard's announcements about prohibiting their practices. Most communities, after scaling back their activities after the announcement, have recently started again operating at escrow services without any punishment from Blizzard. Wow, good job, Blizzard. Good job. You're fucking useless again. I would have never expected that. Wow, what a dramatic change of events. Why don't you take some more fucking time between changing fucking characters between male and female and character A and B? Why don't you take some of the fucking people that are doing that and actually fix the fucking game and the people that are cheating in the fucking game? This is such a goddamn problem. Yeah, take whoever nerfed Soar and put him on this instead. You know, actually, probably you do that, you might hire these people to Blizzard at this fucking rate. And so, yes, I'm not surprised. I'm not surprised about this at all. That, oh, wow. Well, now that Blizzard has established rules, you know, now we know how to work around them. Listen, that's not how it works, Blizzard, and you know this. You are God. You write the rules. You decide if you can arbitrarily enforce them or not. You don't have to follow your own rules. If people are doing something that's against the spirit of the game, even though it's not deliberately against the rules, shut it down. Shut it fucking down. Like, everybody knows what this is. Like, why are we trying to pretend like we don't? It's crazy, man. Yeah, quit turning women into fruit. Why don't you turn some fucking cheaters into banned accounts? Shut up. Like, it's just crazy how fucking misguided some of these things are. While one could try to draw a link between these actions and the removal of the communities, it's highly unlikely that Blizzard is involved in these closures, as sources have reported that in-game accounts and guild banks from these communities have been left untouched and are still operational. Yes, I think this is entirely to be something, because this was happening primarily on EU servers, so I think this is probably something that's been happening because of some sort of regulation that Discord feels like they have to comply with EU. The reason why this could happen is because technically gold could be viewed as a secondary currency, so there could be certain types of legislative reasons that they have to deal with certain communities that are dealing in a currency that is not, you know, euros or, you know, an accepted currency. They have to control that in one way or another, and I think that the way that they solve that is by doing this. Now, I find that the reason for this is probably not as salacious and exciting as you might expect, but I'm glad that it's happening regardless. What do you guys think about this? All the business communities just show up on Telegram or something tomorrow? Well, yeah, it's that. Then they can do that, but it's not Discord's problem, and Discord doesn't want it to be their problem. That's what happened. EU servers, there's a lot of boost sellers spamming trade on a fake guild. Yeah, of course. And anything that bans this shit is good. Fuck them. I agree with that. True. So German, I don't know the EU legislated something like this. Well, here's why I think this probably happened. Is that I remember whenever I was doing death rolling, somebody from Blizzard messaged me. And they were like, listen, man, so basically Europe has a bunch of, like, really interesting laws on, like, gambling and, you know, having other currencies. And so the thing that you're doing with death rolling, it's definitely something that, you know, it could be a situation. It could be, you know, a certain thing. And, you know, I just wanted to make sure that you're aware of this. And, you know, it's, you know, could be against the rules. And I ask him, I'm like, so do you want me to just not do it? And he's like, yes, please, just please stop. Please do not fucking do it. And I'm like, okay, sure. That's why we don't do death rolling on EU servers. Because I'm like, all right, yeah, sure. All right, I won't do it. That's fine. I don't want to put them in a situation. You know what I mean? Like, that's it. And so people are expecting they can pay the way to max level somehow. Oh, people do that with every game, man. That's what it is. Death Rolling's the best? Yeah, we can only do it in America, okay? That's what it is. How easy was that? Well, no, I mean, I want to have a good rule. Like, why would I want to fucking, like, put them in a situation? You know what I mean? And so anyway, you think if the token was removed, we'd see less boosting, or would that not really resolve the issue? I think that it would be slower growing, but it would be the same fundamental issue, even if we didn't have that. That's it. What's death rolling? Basically people that wager gold, and they roll, and whoever hits a certain number first gets the gold. That's pretty much how it works. And so, yeah, that's pretty much it. Overall, I think this is a good thing. I think boosting communities are... Like, I think boosting is okay, but I think that whenever you include these giant pots of gold and these massive, effectively, cartels of boosting, I'm going to be honest. I think all of them are selling gold. I think all of them are RMT. I think every single one is doing it. Why is that? It's because all of the criteria is met for that to happen. Like, you have people that have a bunch of free time because they probably don't have a job, people with a lot of currency that they can use to sell for it, and no accountability for selling that currency. I think they're selling the fucking gold. I think they're doing things for RMT reasons, and every time that people like this get fucked over, I think it's totally fucking fine. Obviously, I think Blizzard should probably... I would love if Blizzard got rid of the WoW token, because I think if Blizzard got rid of the WoW token, these boosting... Like, actually, why am I even saying that? Like, classic WoW, you have GDKPs, and people are buying things for tens of thousands of gold, and nothing ever happens. So I don't know why I'm even saying, like, oh, well, they would have fixed it. No, they haven't, because they didn't fix it in Classic. But regardless, this is a good thing. I'm glad that the boosting communities are getting removed, and hopefully this continues. WoW token will never be removed. That's true. Bobby needs his yacht. That's absolutely fucking true. And so, yeah, good thing this is happening. I hope this continues. As I said, I think the reason is not because of Blizzard. It's probably some law or Discord rule, or Discord being overzealous about making sure that they don't accidentally break some European law and get regulated in a way that they don't want to be. So that's what I think it probably is. Next. There was an article written by an individual. Some Twitch viewers say they're hooked on crypto gambling after watching their favorite streamers bet live on Twitch as part of a lucrative sponsorship deal. One fan says he became addicted, declared bankruptcy. Uh-oh. Looks like somebody got it twisted. What a surprise there. It's better focus on outing every imaginable representative of the game. Why force it? Who is? I don't know what this. This is the dumbest shit. I think that anybody who watches a gambling stream and they start gambling because of the gambling stream, I think they're dumb. I do. I think they're an idiot. I don't think that they should have gambling streams on Twitch though. Like, I've made this very clear. I will make it clear once more. I do not think that there should be any gambling streams on Twitch. I think that just for a functional reason, it opens Twitch up to a lot of liability. It adds in a level of, like, you have morality clauses in contracts where, you tell people that, like, their advertisements won't be shown next to usually gratuitous violence, pornography, or drugs or alcohol or gambling, right? These are generally the top four, and like, you can have, like, maybe, like, like racism and shit like that, too, as, like, a fifth as well, recently. But in general, this is a contract that you sign with pretty much any type of sponsor, is that you're not going to put them in a bad light. It's very simple. I don't know how Coca-Cola would feel whenever they find out that their ads, or Chevy or Ford or any of these companies would feel if they found out that their ads were just being put on unregulated gambling streams that are being advertised towards kids. No, you're right. I don't think putting 18 plus in the title makes it to where kids don't watch. They tried that with porn websites. It didn't work with me. Did it work with you? I didn't think so. Okay, so let's go ahead and read the article. Anaric chatbot didn't start gambling until he saw his favorite streamers do it online. Became watching, he was watching XQC, live streaming site, 2021, some of his streams, playing something else, online blackjack. Chatbot said, saw him post a promotional code for a site called stake.com, which bills itself as the leading online crypto casino. On Stake and sites like it, users can exchange money for cryptocurrencies, which they can use to wager on various games of chance, including slots, blackjack, and roulette. Now, I do think that gambling does exist on a spectrum. However, I think that slots is pure gambling. Blackjack is almost pure gambling. Poker is not pure gambling. Poker is not really gambling in that sense. You can gamble money on anything. You can make sports bets on anything. Is sports gambling? No, it's not, but betting on sports is. And so, like, yeah, blackjack's not that exactly. And so, like, if blackjack wasn't gambling, or sorry, if blackjack was fundamental gambling, they wouldn't kick you out of a casino for counting cards. Just think about it logically, right? Like, they don't, like, that just makes sense. Yeah, they wouldn't kick you out. So obviously it works. Obviously counting cards works, so they wouldn't kick you out for it. So anyway, after a couple months, he said, so this is really what happened. Redeemed the offer and dove into the slot scene on Stake. And so at first, he enjoyed making bets repeatedly for the equivalent of $1. Then things went downhill. I just started losing and losing. Who could have possibly predicted such a thing? Who could have possibly imagined that this would be the case? Here, let me give you a little bit of life advice, okay? It doesn't matter how much money you start with whenever you're playing a slot machine. If you play it long enough, the ending amount of money that you will turn out with is $0. It's only a matter of when. Never forget that. Never forget that. You see, think about all the people that lose money. It's like if it's gambling, but the same machines never go away. It's not like the machine ever loses. Like, well, what's going on here? Well, I could pretty much fucking guess what I think is going on here. I think it's rigged. Yeah, I think it's fucking rigged. Imagine that. What? Wouldn't you lose money? Well, if you have negative money, you can't gamble negative money. I mean, it's just common sense. Anyway, so let me go back over. I'm going to look at the rest of this. After a couple of months, he says he drained his life savings of about $40,000. And then he says he took out two 20,000, 20,000 bank loans and burned through the money too. Eventually, he had to declare bankruptcy. Wow. So this is a total of a minus $80,000 because he took out 220,000, right? So it's, 220, and then you have interest and, everything else like that too. And so this guy spent $80,000 and, you could say he got it twisted. And he certainly fucking did. And it's just, how does this happen? It happens whenever somebody with an addictive personality and and not enough self-control, and they don't know themselves well enough, they make a decision that's bad for themselves. And that's exactly what this guy did. I think that this is a person probably knew that they had some degree of an addictive personality, and whenever they did that, they just didn't really take into consideration the fact that that could have a negative impact on their life. And so they just fucking went over and did this, and here we are. And so, yeah, for real, that's why I don't gamble or drink at all. Yes, I don't gamble or drink at all either. I do not do any drugs. I have a prescription drug, but that's about it. And that's it. I don't do any illegal drugs. One more spin and I'll break open. Yeah, exactly. How the fuck does the bank see a dude that's 60K and give him more money? How the fuck did they expect him to give it back? Elsers. One word. Insurance. So anyway, or you write it off as a loss, and then you claim it on your insurance, and it's okay. Yeah, they repossess the shit. The odds are somebody who's 26 doesn't have any shit that you can repossess. The truth is they never have any real sort of Like, it's hard to garnish somebody's wages if they declare bankruptcy. They probably don't have a lot of assets that they can use as collateral. You're probably not going to be able to get anything out of them. Trust me. Like, I had a friend of mine. It was actually Zach. I don't know if Zach's here. He owed like a bunch of money on an apartment. And the money went to a debt collection agency. And so they would call us all the time. This was like 10 years ago. They would call us all the time about this fucking money. And, you know, he'd pick up the phone. He'd be like, hello. And I'm like, is this Zach? And then, you know, he's like, yeah, it is. And I'm like, well, this is Sheila from debt collection agency, AAA debt collection agency. He's like, and Zach's like, oh, sorry. Did I say Zach? I meant Count Chocula. Sorry, Zach's not here. Yeah, I'll let him know that you called, okay? Yeah, I gotta go. All right, bye. That was it. Yeah, Count Chocula strikes again. There it is. And so this has happened from the office. No, we were driving to Jack in the Box whenever this happened. And we were gonna get some food. And so that's what these companies do, right? Is they send it off to a third-party debt collector, write it off in their taxes, claim it on insurance, and then they're fucking down the road. And, you know, next thing you know, you have 11% inflation. And so he's not the only one. Oh, here we go. He's not the only one to go all in. These days, slots is the 7th most popular content category on Twitch, ahead of the video game Fortnite. Many streamers are paid handsomely to take part in this activity. One popular streamer said he makes much more than $1 million a month as part of his sponsorship with stake and crypto gamble in front of wide audiences on Twitch. That's crazy. That is a lot of fucking money. In May, XQC said the promotion code he shared on Twitch brought in 119 million on stake. As far as I know, this is not technically true. This is the amount of money that he wagered on the website in that month. So that would be like, you know, like let's say you gamble $10,000 and you lose $1,000. You gamble $10,000 again. You just gambled effectively like $119,000, right? So you can see if you go back and forth on this over and over and over, how you can get to that number. It's probably not that hard to get to that number, especially because he's gambling big amounts of money. And so, yeah, sure, that's fine. Stake, which operates under a gaming license in Curacao. Curacao is, well, basically what they did with Stake is that they thought that we're going to, like, I don't even know if this is a real place. If somebody told me Curacao is, like, actually it's a moon of Saturn, and I'm like, oh, okay, yeah, true. It's like, I have no idea. I mean, what the fuck is Curacao? Like, that was the solution, right? It's like you pick a place, and the government doesn't know where it is, so they can never get you. Problem solved. Thought it was a city? Yeah, I have no idea. Curacao. Is it Curacao? Probably it is Curacao. And so, yeah, I mean, you know, I'm an American, so I don't know anything about anything that's outside of the greatest country in the world, Texas. Crypto gambling is legal in the U.S., though it's permitted in other countries. People use a VPN, of course. Canada has been welcoming crypto operators, initially contributing to why some streamers moved there. Wow, who would have ever guessed that? A Stake spokesperson says that it has implemented a stringent compliant process that prevents people from using VPNs or depositing funds in countries where it's not allowed. Well, thank God for that. I'm sure it's working very well. Apparently, it already worked for that guy up there. Stake adds that it uses a number of measures to address at-risk gambling behavior, such as including free gambling blocking software for its users. Yes, I think that they do have measures to detect people that have gambling behavior. Measures like calling them VIPs and giving them extra free spins. Because if you make them lose too much, and you know that this guy's high off his fucking rocker, right? This guy's fucking addicted to gambling. He's losing all his fucking money. Well, you can't let him completely go broke. You gotta give him like $70 at the end of the night. That way, you know, he goes home a winner, even though he lost 2,000. And so that's how it works. Yeah, you give them free drinks. That's how they use a number of measures to address risk gambling behavior, and the measures are then used to give that person free drinks so they stay around and get more of their money. That's just, they didn't include that part in this, but this is, I'm sure, very true. Stake takes its regulatory obligations extremely seriously and complies with all applicable laws. Really? I thought that they were going to say that they hate the law and they're not going to comply with anything. Yeah, of course they're going to say this. Wow, what a surprise. Now, gambling may not be a feature on Twitch forever. A Twitch spokesperson said the company is currently in the midst of a deep dive look into gambling behavior on Twitch. No, you're fucking not, you lying piece of shit. What the fuck are you talking about? You're in the midst of a deep dive into it. Get the fuck out of here. The only time that you're going to be in the midst of a deep dive is if advertisers pull out. This has been happening for years and you didn't care, and you don't care now either. You don't give a fuck. You didn't care if people used the N-word or the F-word either. You just stopped doing that whenever companies stopped paying you. I'll believe this if they do this before it's a response to advertisers pulling out. Until then, they're fucking lying. Because the truth is that they make money by selling their analytics of a lot of, like, for example, like if you take slots out of the category right now, it's going to lower the total analytics on Twitch, right? You're not going to have those gambling streams on Twitch anymore. So all of those people are not going to just go and watch other streams instead. They might go to other platforms, or they might watch something else instead on another platform. So what does that do? Well, that causes Twitch to lose money. Lose money in the abstract. Lose money in the abstract of the amount of the amount of time that people spend on the website is a valuable asset to advertisers. So if that amount of time goes down, then the value of Twitch to the advertiser goes down as well. So that's why it's in Twitch's best interest. Even if they're not running ads on the platform, they are still lying if they're going to tell you that it's of no benefit to them. It absolutely is. So anyway, let's go back over here. Finland just banned slot streams beginning of this year. Well, I have no idea what Finland did. That's probably a good thing. Anyway, so let's see here. While gambling content represents a very small fraction of content streams on Twitch, we monitor it closely to ensure our approach mitigates potential harm to our global community. You monitor it closely. They lying. They lie. Why are you always lying? Why are you always lying? What is it? Why do they just say shit that's not true? Stop the cap. Yeah, true. It's just such bullshit. Like, who the fuck sits here and listens to this and believes it? I can't believe it. Why we all know you are. It's not just gamers getting on the action. Rapper Drake, who's Canadian, earned a partnership on Stake, starting with a $9 million balance. That's a lot of fucking money. And all the celebrity endorsements and sponsored streams appear to be working as intended. Of course they are, man. Driving Twitch users to crypto casinos. Let's see here. Oh, here we go. Let's see. Vibhab Kumar, Mr. Kumar, a 25-year-old native of India, became crypto gambling in 2020 after seeing the girlfriend of his favorite League of Legends streamer making some bets live on Twitch. Now he logs onto Stake 4 to 5 times a week, betting $20 to $200. Well, that's okay because he's a simp and a coomer, so it's all right for him to lose his money, right, guys? Yeah, I think that's how it works. For a while, Kumar primarily watched streamers who were sponsored by Stake until he says it dawned on him that their losses were being counterbalanced by lucrative promotional deals. By contrast, his own losses were being offset by nothing. Kumar had a wake-up call. Kumar said, hold up, wait a minute. Hold up. Wait a sec. I'm seeing things in a different light. You know, post-knuckler. Yeah, that's probably what it was. Yeah, that's what it is. Yeah, it suddenly grew the eyes. Yeah, he thought about that. Exactly, not the sharpest tool. Well, he's sharper than the first guy, I'll tell you that. He said it also gave viewers a false sense of winning and losing. Well, of course it gives you a false sense of winning and losing. What do you think? They want to show people losing? No. They want to show people winning. Why? Because that gets more people to try to bet money. What the fuck do you expect? For some young gamers, the on-ramp to crypto casinos can be traced back several years of betting that flourished about top of the website, gambling, virtual goods, CSGO, the crate unboxings, Let's see here. Although crypto gambling has been a heavy presence on Twitch for over a year, it's now attracting more viewers and more controversy than ever. That's true. Let's see here. Is this Aiden Ross? Oh no, that's just something else like that. I'm pretty sure. Jakub, who has not shared his last name, said that whenever he was 13, he went on sites and won a $200 knife. He was too young to withdraw the money and properly gambled it away. Smart. Eventually the site was, he was using morphed into a crypto casino. That's right. So like, that's actually really smart of them to do, right? Because you start it as a Chuck E. Cheese and then you turn it into a casino. So the kids that came in and they were looking to play Jurassic Park, Gauntlet, you know, like maybe the little basketball hoop thing, you know, they come in one day and all the old machines are gone and now there's new machines, and the new machines, you don't get a teddy bear anymore, you just lose your car. Wow. Isn't that beautiful? That's smart. Let's see here. And Matthew Renato, also known as Mizkif, another top Twitch personality, who became known through his entertaining World of Warcraft live streams. Well, this is inaccurate. Very inaccurate. They weren't entertained. That they were offered $19 million a year to gamble live on Twitch in front of his enormous audience. And although Renato has been gambled on Twitch in the past, he now believes it is morally questionable to do so. Last year, Renato saw one of his fans, who was 14 at the time, gambling on a site that he had promoted. Yeah, that's right. Well, what she forgot to include into this context is that Mizkif was at Lifetime Fitness whenever he heard about the kid gambling on steak. Listen, man. If this kid can afford to be at Lifetime Fitness at 14 years old, his parents can afford to pay the bill. Okay? If you've ever been to Lifetime Fitness, this shit is like fucking $90 a month. It's $90 a month. Like, he doesn't even need to worry about it. Like, he's the only one that it's okay to gamble with, right? Yeah, $150 a month to go to a gym. Yeah, it's too bad. Yeah, $250 a month here? Yeah, fucking inflation. Thanks, Biden. Let's go, Brandon. Wow. I'm gonna spend $100 to buy a hamburger soon. That's good for a gem. A gem's like $30 here. Yeah, true. Let's see. I stopped because I felt genuinely bad. Some video game streamers have described themselves as addicted, have shifted their gambling habit to the hours of the day whenever they're not performing in front of an audience. May admit lost, XQC lost $1 million in a month. It is what it is, right? I go out of my way to tell you not to do it. I do it because I can afford it. I enjoy it. I think it's content. I don't really know why this is some sort of, it's troubling. Such sites losing celebrities and platforms that are geared towards younger people to attract customers. Approximately 75% of Twitch users are between the ages of 16 and 34. I mean, that's a very tremendous difference, right? I mean, like, if you're talking about, like, people that are 21 to 34, like, younger people is, I mean, that of course, that's a very broad brush. But, okay. Let's see here. Streamers are going to gamble 12, 14, 16, 22, or 38. I wonder why they put 38. I wonder who they put 38 hours a day for. Yeah, I wonder who that was. So here's the thing. It doesn't matter if you tell people not to gamble, because if telling people not to gamble was actually working, they would stop paying you for doing it. These companies are not indebted to anybody. They don't care about anybody because they make their living off the backs of ruining people's lives. There's no honor among this. There's no loyalty or anything like that. They'll sell you out for a bag of corn chips. They'll sell your soul to the devil. They don't care about any of that. They're just going to make money off of it, and that's all it is. So I think that these companies are just doing it because they can make money, and if telling people not to gamble actually worked, then they would stop paying people that told people not to gamble. Well, how do I know that? Well, it's because every other sponsorship. Like, imagine if I did a sponsorship and I was like, yeah, so this game sucks. It's the worst. Don't buy this game. Do not buy this game. Do not play this fucking game. Don't play this game. Can you imagine them sponsoring me the second time? No. Come on. Call it what it is. I fully support anybody who wants to take advantage of gambling on Twitch, because all they're doing is acting in their own self-interest. It should be Twitch's responsibility to deal with this. I do not put any responsibility on the content creators, because the moment that you bully one content creator out of gambling, 3 more take their place. You're infinitely cutting heads off of an infinitely head regrowing hydra. It will never go away. It will never stop unless you fucking stop it at the source. And that's what it is. So I don't support any harassment or negativity brought towards any of these content creators for gambling on the website. In fact, pretty much all of them are my friends. Those are my boys, you know? So like I'm not against them. They're just doing what they can do. It's like, hey, I like gambling. I get paid a bunch of money. It is what it is. You know, like I think that's fine. But it's Twitch that's taking the L on this. It's Twitch. Yeah, it's a law issue. Yeah, it's a law issue. I mean, like, there's plenty of people that, like, fucking do weird shit to try to make money and save money on taxes and other stuff like that. It's like if you had an accountant that told you, like, oh, yeah, like, I can fucking, you know, help you save $1,000 on your taxes. It's, you know, a little bit of a gray area, but I'll let it happen. And most people would probably say, yeah, of course I want to save $1,000. So people that want to make an extra $1,000 or maybe just $1 million, a few $1 million, I don't see how that would be any different. So people are going to do that for any reason that they can, and I think that the moment that you believe or you expect people to not act in self-interest is the moment that you depart from reality. And so, yeah, that's what it comes down to. People are allowed to do anything that's not prohibited by law. Exactly. And so that's what they're doing here, and that's just what makes sense. And so that's where we're at. Gambling on Twitch has, you know, been a big thing for a long time, and I don't really see this changing a whole lot. But, you know, good on Cecilia for, you know, doing some research on this, doing some actual, I know it might sound crazy, doing some actual journalism on the topic. And, you know, she's written articles about this topic before in the past, and so this is, I think, the 3rd or 4th article that's been written about it. So, W there. And I just certainly hope that... I certainly hope that there'll be a resolution to this, because I can see this being a massive fucking, like, just a massive blow up. As soon as it goes, like, somebody kills himself publicly or anything like this happens and it finds out that, you know, like, it was on Twitch, they were gambling on Twitch. Like, I could see this being a big fucking thing, right? And people do, by the way. If you're advertising gambling, you are just playing the odds. If you're So what are the odds that somebody gets addicted to gambling? All right, well, let's think about this, right? So somebody, okay. Let's say out of 1,000 people that you have watching your stream, let's say 5,000. 5,000. 5,000 people you have watching your stream. 1,000 or 500 of them, 10%, try gambling on stake. And then of the 10% that's try gambling on stake, let's say 10% of that 10%, 50 of them get addicted to it. And then out of the 50 of them that get addicted, 10% of that 10%, so now we're in, you know, again, like this is like a 1 in like 2,000 situation here, get so addicted that they lose all of their money. And I think out of that 5, probably one of them might kill themselves. So you got 10,000 viewers, 30,000, 50,000 viewers. You just do the math. How many people are you farming today? How many souls shall we claim? That's just the facts. That's okay, bro. No, but that's what it is. But that's what it is. See, the thing is, like, if you pretend that it's not real, and this is what people do, is they pacify and placate themselves with these pleasant, happy little euphemisms. Oh, well, it'll be okay. It'll be fine. No. No, you're killing people. You're killing people, and it's a blood for the blood god, right? If you want to, you don't even have to admit it. At least admit it to yourself. At least admit it to yourself. I'm selling their soul to the fucking devil so I can get a lot of money. And if you want to do that, you want to get a lot of money, go ahead. Go ahead. It's legal. Do whatever you want. But all I'm saying is that I don't think it should be on Twitch. That's it. I bet the streamer knows. They just don't want to stay on the stream. It is not a pleasant thing. It is not going to go well on, like, live stream fails. If you say that I have averaged out that I kill 8 of my viewers a year. Like, if you framed it in that way, I think that a lot of people would have a problem with that. They would be like, well, I mean, that sounds kind of bad. Right? Yeah, it's a bummer. You know what I mean? It's a bummer. No gun involved. Yes, exactly. Unfortunately, I'd have to admit I do it. Yes, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of people that would do it, right? If you can push a button and it kills another person on another part of the world, you're never going to see him again. It just instantly fucking kills them, but it gives you $1 million. I think most people would push the button. That's a fact. And so what's the surprise? People are going to do this. But just don't ever forget that that's what it is. Weird take, to be honest. What is weird about my take? 24/7, I want to hear what is weird about my take. What part of it is weird? I think that what's weird to you is that this is the first fucking time that you've ever heard the real truth. You're talking about, you've been sitting in these placated fucking realities where everything is just pacified and no, that's what it really is. That's the real life. Go ahead, tell me what's weird. It's not weird. Yeah, what's weird about it? What's weird? What's weird? Wrong channel, sorry, Asma. It's okay. Don't worry about it. You're good. It's a sad reality. It's a reality check. Yeah, he says it's the wrong channel. Drunk drivers kill more people, fight against alcohol. Okay. All right. I'm going to come out. I'm going to say it. I think that driving drunk should be illegal. Yep. I think they should just say, if you're driving drunk, that should be illegal. Shouldn't make it against the law. You shouldn't be able to do that. Yeah, I went there. What's the next step, Asmon? Oh, right. Next step is, a big brother. You have a police officer that lives in your home in case you have any conversations that might offend the government. Yeah, that's the next step, right, guys? Yeah, I thought drunk driving was illegal, though. I mean, you're claustrophobic racist. Yeah, exactly. You crossed the fucking line. Yeah, I know. I used to think you were base, bro. Drunk driving is a form of gambling? Yeah. Streaming Diablo Immortal legal? Technically, it's worse than gambling since you never see your money back. I think that never being able to see your money back actually makes it better than gambling because there is never a situation that you can go into Diablo Immortal or any video game and think that you will do anything else besides waste your money. There is never a condition and a hope that you can ever recoup that money in any capacity. And I think that makes it better. But think about it like this. It's the difference between getting kicked in the face and getting kicked in the dick. They both suck, but, one of them's a little bit worse than the other. All right. I need more conversations about this, or are we going to move on in just a couple of minutes? It's like a tag machine from the movie Alien vs. Predator. Whoever wins, you lose. Yeah, it's about right. Investing in CSGO skins. Listen, people are dumb. They're going to do what they're going to do. There should be no illegal drugs or activities to partake in as long as it's not hurting others. People can make their own choices. Yeah, but, don't you think it's kind of a bad idea to, so for example, don't you think, so there should be no illegal drugs to have? What about, people that make heroin and, crocodile and, fentanyl? Do you think that, government should do anything about that? Because like the entire business is built around, it's like if you have something that ruins people's lives at a rate of like every 3 and 5 people that take this die, like at what point should you probably, you know, maybe potentially think about the possibility of perhaps, you know, maybe getting rid of it? Well, I don't know. Yeah, things are more complicated and make everything legal. Yeah, I mean, come on, let's think about that. And so, yeah, let's look at this here. You're hurting, you are hurting the others, though. You're hurting society. Yeah, because you fucking, you have some fucking, you know, medical emergency because you're addicted to crack. And then everybody's got to pay the fucking medical bill because the odds are you can't pay for it because you're spending all your money on crack. Oh, I know that. Yeah, then we got to fucking pay for this shit. You're wrong. No, I'm not. I'm right. Let's see here. Crocodiles are Russian heroin. 100% wrong. Look at Portugal. So it's like, listen. I think that the manufacturing of drugs should be, the manufacturing and distribution of drugs should probably be illegal with pretty much all of them. The taking and owning drugs and, you know, just doing drugs, I don't think should be illegal. That's what it is. And so that's actually my position. But this is about gambling on Twitch. Does anybody else have any more opinions about gambling on Twitch? Crocodile's a scary drug. Scariest one for me. Yeah, I just don't take any of them. Problem solved. Maybe we can... Yo, what up, Jimmy? How you doing, man? I gotta take your idea and do you laugh, you lose on my stream, man. You've been popping off. I'm so glad to see that, dude. What's up, Jimmy? Who gives a fuck, to be honest? I don't know. Probably the guy that lost all his money. I bet he gives a fuck. He's mad. Yeah, I would be pissed if I was him. Gambling doesn't need to be normalized on Twitch. It's going to get real bad before it gets better. I thought about, I'm good, man. Moved into Texas last month. I know, bro. Like, I've heard about it. Miz was telling me a little bit about it. I'm excited. Like, we got to hang out, man, whenever you're here. Yeah, I'm excited. You can't parent society, dude. Morals should not be people nor governments. I think that there's a part of it that's true, right? Like, you're right to an extent, but like you can apply that logic to any law, right? Like you can apply that logic to any law. So like it's really just a throwaway statement that indicates a general idea. You're not arguing for gambling, you're just arguing for an idea. And so, like, I don't know what to say. Yeah, there's not really much to say. No good law is truly based on morality. That's true. I don't think this is truly based on morality. Like, I am not a particularly moral person. I don't know if you've ever noticed that, but, like, have you ever heard any of the stories that I've ever told about myself in any circumstance at any point in time? You would probably get the impression that I am not a particularly morally motivated person. No, I do pretty much what is good for me in the situation that exists at the current time, and that's all it is. And so, but there is a common sense that is attached to that you know that what you're doing is wrong. So yes, that's the way it goes. And let's see here. When they took out cigarettes out of commercials, actually helped create the current stigma with smoking. Well, look, I think we're getting too far off the topic. Point is, I think Twitch should ban gambling in all shapes and forms. I think that they should also ban CSGO skin gambling. I think it's effectively the same thing. Other things, anything that can be easily transferred into USD through the rules of the game should be banned. So, like, effectively... Like, you could say, oh, but you could ban WoW. But, like, you can't actually take it and turn it into USD in the same way that you can with, you know, like CSGO cases or with slots. So, yeah. What about poker? I'd have to really think about that. I mean, to be honest with you, I feel like slots are the biggest... Slots are the real... This is the... Like, we're not really talking about all gambling, are we? We're just really talking about slots. So why are we talking about poker? It's just slots. Let's be honest. So there we go. And so Magic Gathering would be banned. Sure. And I think anything would be banned because you're taking a chance by living, right? You want to just keep going with that. Let's go ahead. Let's use a little bit more of that logic. It's so easy for young people to get hooked. I mean, you gamble, you a moron. You should not gamble. Do not gamble. Gambling's bad for you, and you'll always lose if you play slots. You'll always lose. And so, yeah, that's pretty much about it. Let's see here. What if they added 18 plus section? Who cares? Why do you think that, why do you think YouTube doesn't have an 18 plus section? With like porn. Why do you think that is? It doesn't work. Yeah, it doesn't work. Like, it doesn't fucking work. Like, that's all there is to it. I just want Gamma Band trained to do real content again. Bro, shut up. Like, I think gambling's fun to watch. I watch it all the time. I just don't gamble. I think it's funny. That's it. Was a gambling addict for many years. Totally after quitting. I have to admit, stuff I did crypto gambling some months ago after watching some streamers. Slots as occurs, at least for me. Like that fast into from TikTok and stuff, we need to be fast rewarding. Oh, yeah, for sure. That's why it's so addicting, is because you get that instant response. Abso-fucking-lutely, man. YouTube probably owns Pornhub secretly. No, it's not true. I do. All right, let's go ahead. We're going to watch this. How one of the last classic servers fell. This is something for Wrath of the Lich King. Okay? Let me go ahead and refresh this. So, no one wants this. 50% Alliance, 50% Horde. Who would want that?
Faction balance has always been an ethereal and difficult to achieve goal within World of Warcraft, and for nearly 2 decades it's been a core part of the game's fantasy. Horde versus Alliance, 2 factions, 2 sides, and a never-ending series of back and forth conflicts.
Yep.
Over the years though, more often than not, players have found themselves witnessing their faction leaders working together, and story-wise both...
This shit happened in, like, I mean, the last mission in Warcraft 3 was about all of the factions working together to fucking beat Archimonde. Like, this shit happened even in Warcraft 3. Like, let's take World of Warcraft completely out of the picture.
Sides putting differences aside to address a greater evil. The Lich King himself during his named expansion,
Yeah,
Deathwing the Destroyer in Cataclysm, Garrosh Hellscream's True Horde during Mists of Pandaria, and so many more. During Battle for Azeroth, Blizzard reimagined servers from either PvE or PvP to instead just normal or RP. A new PvP mode known as War Mode was introduced. This could be toggled on or off at your faction capital, and whilst you had it on in the open world, it was like playing on old PvP servers. However,
it was pretty badass whenever they first added in War Mode, because everybody would opt into it, and I think that more people did it. Wait, Althrin? Wait, bro, like, this guy used to watch my stream every day. Holy fuck. Oh my god, like, that's crazy. What the fuck? I don't know if he still does. Wow, he's back to DBS. Yeah, hell yeah. How do you know?
With additional PvP-specific talents activated, as well as boosts to experience and reputation, it was all about adding some risk and reward. And in the
you can tell it's WoW World PvP because nothing was, no damage was going off, and everything was lagged out.
Final major content patch of the Shadowlands 9.25, differences have finally been cast aside permanently as Blizzard implement cross-faction play for certain areas of the game, changing the direction of the 2 factions forever. Before we go on though, I want to talk about food buffs. No, not in game, I'm talking about getting well fed in real life.
Alright, just before I get into the fucking sponsorship, I want to say that, yeah, I think War Mode and cross-faction play, it's just the future. And as players become more optimized and more focused on the outcomes of the game and the, you know, like the I don't know what you really want to call it, like the novelty of the factions wear off over time, it makes sense that people don't want to deal with that level of friction. And I think also it's like games like Lost Ark, games like Final Fantasy that let you pretty much play with whoever you want. it goes to show, like, I think people would play those other games and they're like, well, this is good. Why isn't this in WoW? And people, I think a lot of times in the past, like, couple years, a lot of people have, like, questioned a lot of the core systems that WoW has had and asked the obvious question, why? Why is this in the game?
HelloFresh is America's #1 meal prep kit. No more meal planning, grocery trips, and worrying about an empty cupboard. HelloFresh delivers everything you need to prepare wholesome, delicious meals right to your door. Get straight down to what you need to be doing by making cooking a fun and engaging experience. HelloFresh cuts down on time in the kitchen with meals ready in around 30 minutes, or in some cases, less.
Those look
with
like
a
good
wide
fries.
range of recipes, HelloFresh can help you with your health goals
like
without sacrificing on flavor, which in my experience certainly matters on the longer-term commitment. HelloFresh gives you the pre-proportioned ingredients you need to make awesome meals with less prep and less wasted food. It's worth at least trying for so many different life skill reasons. It teaches you how to, you know, cook stuff and have it coming out naturally tasting nice. It's a live lesson on what foods are great when you put them together. That's
actually a really good advertising sell, that it actually teaches you how to cook. That's smart that they added that in there.
You're using realistic portion sizes instead of going to cook hungry, putting what you think is a bit of pasta into the pan, and it comes out being enough for a small family when it's done. HelloFresh as a meal prep kit is genuinely worth a go if you find yourself over-ordering, wanting to swap to a better diet, or just to spend less time cooking and getting better results. Use my link or go to hellofresh.com and use code POGWILLY August 16th for 16 free meals across 7 boxes and 3 surprise gifts. Once you click my description...
You guys ever had this? Is this good or what? Like, yeah, I don't know. Yeah, it's pretty good. It's decent. All right, yeah, it's all right.
Will live update to count up the purchases, so go check it out like it's your Dalaran cooking dailies. Thank you to HelloFresh for the sponsor. Let's talk WoW. Back over in Classic, well, we are certainly a few years off of that happening. In fact, in many ways...
No, we're not. All the servers are already one faction.
We are seeing similar trends repeat themselves, however at an even faster pace than they did in retail. Players are a lot more savvy nowadays to important factors that make a server work or fail. The faction representation, the total population, and of course, server type. We still do have the old school PvP servers. Well, I call them PvP servers, but as we will see, that's not really why people are choosing to play there. Now, I have to add here for the information we'll look at, we don't have the full picture as to the population and a really accurate faction representation across servers, and we never will because Blizzard holds that information. What we do have though is fairly good ways of predicting how things look. One of these tools is a site called ironforge.pro. It tracks the number of players participating in arena.
Yeah, I've gone on this site ever since Classic WoW came out. This is like the site that you go on. People say videos like this, didn't they already got alpha? No, this is for Wrath. Like this isn't for fucking retail. This is for Classic, man. White Main 100% Horde. That's like the KKK cult server. What the fuck? White Main is for KKK. Why? 'Cause it has white in the name? Holy fuck.
Each week, as well as the number of characters who have appeared
I don't
on
know about
Warcraft
that.
Logs, a site that tracks raid performance. This means the data is representative of the end game player base much more so than the levelers, gatherers, or just, well, more casual players who don't do group.
What happened to Firemaw? Because I remember Firemaw, I saw that it was like the fucking thumbnail had Firemaw in it. And like Firemaw, like I remember people would always, whenever I said every server that was a PvP server would always default to being bad, because like they would go to one side and be like, oh yeah, but what about Firemaw? And I would always piss me off because I had to fucking hear that shit. And now look at it. Damn. Damn, isn't that crazy?
Content outside of dungeons, really. All the same, I think it's been a valuable tool to assist players in making decisions on where to play, as well as tracking how things are looking overall. Yeah. Because that overall number, the one at the top, has never been too bad. As of today, there's a few % more Horde than Alliance, and it's always been within that small margin overall. In Classic, there was a higher proportion of Alliance players, and now that's taken a shift to Horde in TBC. And racials and everything else aside, I'm convinced Blood Elves and Horde Paladins are the single largest contributor to this by a...
Because they're hot. I mean, duh. That's why. I mean, I think there's a lot of people that didn't play Horde because they didn't have, like, a humanoid race. They couldn't make it look like kind of like them. And now they have it, so more people play the Horde. I mean, like, it makes sense.
Huge margin. Yet the more we peel back the layers and begin to look at more relevant numbers as to how things are, well, it just looks worse and worse. If we look at only PvE servers, some 65% of the player base is Alliance. That's not such a small margin after all. But hey, that's PvE, it doesn't matter as much, right? Well, sure, so let's look at PvP then. And not so good either. Overall about 60% Horde, 40% Alliance. Well, that would mean in the open world, for every 2 Alliance players you would encounter, you should expect there to be 3 Horde on average.
I think that's one thing that people might not realize is like a 60, like a 60-40 split. That's like queuing a 3v3 arena and one of your team members doesn't get into the arena. Like, what do you think your win chances are at that point? I think that they're fucking about 0.
But no, in reality, it's...
Because people think that it's 10% more, right? No, it's not. It's 20% more. And 20% is half of 40%.
Worse than this, because on an individual basis for each server, which is what really matters when we're breaking down these numbers, from the data we can see the vast majority of PvP servers fall outside of this 60-40 margin. In fact, most of the large servers in the world only have one relevant faction on them. Players have sorted themselves into environments where they will not experience any semblance of faction balance at all. And for Wrath the Lich King, you should very much expect this trend to continue, because when the scale begin to tip, when a faction gains that noticeable foothold and advantage over the other one, it's only a matter of time before the other half leaves for good. Over time,
nobody wants to be on the dead server. Nobody wants to be on a server that nobody else is on. People are old, want to play and not mess around. No, it's people just don't want to fuck around with world PvP whenever they're set up to lose. See, like all these people that were talking about, oh, I like playing on an unbalanced server. That's what it's all about for me, man. Like, no, there's a lot of us. Like, we like being the underdog. We're gonna fight. We're gonna fight for what's ours. No, that's not what happened. What a surprise. Who could have ever predicted such a dramatic change of events? I said this shit was gonna happen. Nobody wanted to listen, and here we are.
Blizzard has tried to incentivize players to move to servers that would balance things out more through free character migrations, but it's never really worked out. After all, who would choose to move to a server that could also just die off in a few months' time?
Exactly,
Blizzard
that's
would
what
have
happened
to
in New
quite
World.
literally force move players to make any difference, and with Wrath of the Lich King, they will be doing that. It was announced a short while ago. Blizzard will be closing off loads of the very low...
That's a good idea. I think that's what they should do. They should just close the servers, combine them, make them good. Like, that's what it should be, man. That's what makes World PvP fun. It's not always balanced. Yeah, but, like, the thing is, like, if it's not always balanced is one thing. But if it is always balanced, it's just balanced against you. That's different. Because that's what we're talking about. We're not talking about like, oh, well, sometimes we got 10 people, sometimes they do. And like, you know, sometimes we like 5v10, sometimes they 5v10. No, we're talking about like, sometimes they have 3 people for our 1 person, and sometimes they have 5 people for our 1 person. Both result in you being in the graveyard. That's it. It's all right for 30 minutes, not every day. Exactly, right? Yeah, it's like, it's fine. Like, oh, you got killed a couple of times. Like, oh, fucking whatever, right? But, like, whenever you log in, it's Thursday. You've been dealing with this all week. Like, you just want to raid. You get down to the Molten Core entrance. You get opened on by a rogue, and you lose on an Ixia buff. It's like, oh, my God, bro. Like, fuck. Why we got to play on this server, man? Well, of course people are going to want to leave. Why would they not? It gets annoying after about 30 minutes. Yeah. And so, like, that's... And the other alternative there is every single other person that's in there is thinking the exact same thing. Like, they're thinking the exact same thing. And people like the idea of being able to ruin somebody else's experience. They want to be able to do that. Like, their goal is to make you leave the server. Their goal is to make you mad. That's what they want to do. And I'll be honest, I remember I would watch fucking Soda Poppin'. I would watch him, and he'd be sitting outside the gates, and it would be Dark Moon Fair week, and there was a rogue running back from the Dark Moon Fair who's the last person left. Soda fucking roots him with his buff. He had every single fucking buff. Roots him and fucking moonfires him to death, following him into the Stormwind Gates, and fucking kills him with every world buff. And I thought that was the funniest shit I had ever seen. It was really, really funny. But that rogue's probably like, guys. So I was looking at the servers, and I think that we should go to another server. I'm thinking, guys, you know what? This whole server thing's not working out. I don't know what it is. It's a number of things. I just feel like maybe we should go somewhere else. Yeah, I would rage quit. Yeah, of course, right? I would leave. Yeah, because most people don't have, like, they don't have time to just like, oh, well, I guess this is just going to take me an extra 40 minutes today. Most people don't have time like that. It's a matter of logistics.
Population classic realms are moving the leftover players to more active servers instead. They have never done this in the history of World of Warcraft existing. It's a drastic step to address players feeling as though they have to be on a large server.
They should do this with retail WoW.
Because it is, however, it's not really affecting that many people overall. But speaking of large servers, we have what is the real subject for today's video, Firemaw. Firemaw, the server, that is. It's been through one hell of a journey. At the start of the Burning Crusade, it had a decent population, pretty close to 50-50, with more Horde overall, and a raiding cap of around 10,000 players. In January of 2022, the server saw a huge volume of transfers on both sides of the Horde and the Alliance. Guilds tend to organize mass server swaps on a certain date from their current server, where they feel things are going poorly, to a much larger one, and with the popularity of Disc.
This is what happened on Thrall. Is after, because like, so I was on Thrall server for the majority of Burning Crusade, or actually all Burning Crusade and the majority of Wrath. And I transferred off, and this is in the video, you guys can go back and watch it. And like after Overdose transferred off, then other guilds started leaving too, because we were like the top guild. And then it was already a Horde server. I mean, it was a PvE server, but like there weren't really that many Alliance players on the server. Like the population was going down, and now like I don't know if there are any Alliance guilds on Thrall. I have no idea.
And guildmasters generally talking to each other about things like this, it doesn't take many people to convince potentially hundreds that they're being swept up and off to another server if they wish to remain with
Nobody
the guild.
wants to be left behind.
And mostly these transfers aren't just on a whim either. You scroll down ironforge.pro and there is an absolute graveyard of servers that are due to be closed soon. Remember, on Classic there's no sharding.
In my opinion, I think it's a fucking travesty that they let this happen. Like, this should have happened way ahead of time, because, like, think about how many people logged on. Dude, Stalag was really big. Let's see, some of these other servers, like, I think Noggenfogger was pretty big, too. Thunder Fury, Scarum, like, these used to be big servers. I think Thalnos even was big. Deviant Delight was big at the beginning. And how many people made a character there, and they come back, it's Burning Crusade, they haven't played for a year and a half, they log on, nobody's on the server. How many people do you just immediately lose the second that they log on and they realize they're playing on a dead server? Because they don't really know if they want to play the game that much anymore, right? So they just log on. They're like, oh, nobody's here. Well, I guess, fuck it. I'm just not going to play anymore anyway, right? Like, that's what happened with New World. Is like New World had a bunch of dead servers, and then people would log back on, and they're like, oh, I want to play New World again. See what the new update's about, right? They log on. Nobody's there. Like, there is nothing that is more depressing, besides listening to the Korthia music, than logging on to a dead MMO. It is the saddest fucking thing in existence.
No cross-faction, no cross-server tech. Your server is all you have in order to find other players to play with. And as per available data, Firemore's raiding and PvP population ballooned from some 22,000 at the end of December 2021 to an insane 35,000 by the end of January 2022. It had taken the server from huge to the largest server in the world within the space of 1 month. Though interestingly, at this point in time, the server was still gaining players on both the Horde and Alliance. Usually, it's one way or the other. And Firemore continued to grow as TBC progressed, seemingly.
It's crazy to see how many warbears there are nowadays. Back in the day, there was like maybe 2 or 3 people with a warbear. Nobody else had a warbear. It's just like now, everybody got fucking warbear. Warbear's like battle bear now.
Infinitely,
boys,
even to the point of seeing dreaded queues make a reappearance during summer.
Even try to get one.
For Firemore, they didn't have to wait until Wrath content is out before they got queues again. The server just got way too full. On the 23rd of May, Blizzard finally took action. At some point, they had to do something, and this was it. Firemore.
Nah, bro, like, that's so dumb. Like, nobody wants to play on a server. Like, nobody wants to be on a server. Like, just make layers again. Just add back more. Just make more layers. I would be happy if Blizzard took every server and they combined them. And they just made them layered. Or channels, like in Lost Ark. I would love that. I don't want to play on a fucking server.
Was locked. This means that transfers were closed, and unless you already had a character on the server, you were unable to make a new one. The results of this were pretty instantaneous. Week on week, several thousand less players were being actively tracked on Ironforge.pro. From the date of the server lock to 6 weeks later, some 11,000 less players were found as actively logging in and playing. While the lock had certainly had the intended result.
Look at that last one. The Horde just like... Bro, it's like the Horde went to church, the Alliance didn't, and the Rapture happened. Just boop! They're gone. Done.
Logging in and playing. While the lock had certainly had the intended result, the server wasn't growing anymore. In fact, the opposite was happening. The population was now dropping at an alarming rate. Though it wasn't just through the lack of new players, people were finally leaving Firemore. This is what Blizzard have been trying to get people to do forever with their actions in regards to servers. Success then? Not quite. See, despite Firemore being huge and relatively well balanced for its size, Alliance had the numbers advantage for some time, and this server lock had been an unintended catalyst for a side effect, the faction minority exodus. Horde began to finally take advantage of the free character migrations away from this mega server to a smaller server perhaps. A place for the Horde.
Because as soon as the numbers start going down, everybody starts panicking. They're leaving. You know, my other friend said that his friend was going to leave, and then I heard of that one guild that might leave. I mean, guys, should we leave? Guys, I think we should leave. Guys, let's leave. Yeah, guys. Yeah, all right. Let's go find somewhere else to go. We got to go right now. That's how it happens.
Needed a few more players to really push a 50-50 balance? No, of course not. Don't be silly. The majority of them went straight to Gehenna, the largest by far Horde-dominated server in Europe, which as of a recent reset had about 20,000 Horde players logged and some 69 Alliance. Ironforge.pro shows the full extent of how many players left during a 1-week period, and even I'm surprised at this.
That is a fucking... Again... This is like a biblical fucking rapture. A Thanos snap. The Horde just got fucking... They just evaporated. They're gone.
Feels like the people left on Firemore didn't get the memo. This is an Alliance server now. Between the 6th and the 13th of July, Firemore lost about 8,000 active raiding characters. That's like saying 320 25-man raiding groups have left the server, and the majority have gone straight to a server where there's only Horde players. During the same time frame, which was only a week, mind you, Gehenna's gained 6,000 new active raiders. In fact, so many players have moved from Firemore to Gehenna that Blizzard had to close free character transfers to stop the never-ending tide of new.
I just... It's like there's like a building over in California, and it's got a sign on it that says Blizzard, right? And it's like the building's on fire, and only people that work at the building are monkeys. And people are like, man, we've got to get some monkeys. Like, what are these monkeys doing to put out the fire? Man, all they have to put out the fire is gasoline. They just keep fucking, oh, come on, make it go away. Come on, you go away now. It's getting bigger, guys. Give me some more. We got to try it again. It's just so crazy, man. Pour more gas.
New people who are finally escaping their locked server. As of July 19th, Blizzard have finally announced that Firemore will be reopened for transfers and new characters. The aftermath of the server lock has lost Firemore about half of its concurrent player base and completely removed one faction from the server. I mean, take a look at the bulletin board add-on for Horde here. This add-on combines messages from all chat channels and aims to help players find groups and services. Wow. This is not what a healthy server looks like on this add-on. Here's Firemore Alliance, just for comparison, by the way. So the server lock, it kind of worked in that it reduced.
So yeah, it did work. That's it. Yeah.
The number of people playing on Firemore, but it kind of didn't because it encouraged the Horde to transfer to another mega server. Back in January of 2022, the Classic Community Council made a forum post about faction balance in Classic World of Warcraft, to which game producer Agrend replied on all fronts in detail as to thoughts from Blizzard's point of view, saying things such as free character migrations have been attempted on many counts as relief valves, but often players didn't want to go to the locations offered with justifiable concerns. They would just have the same experience as their current server. Merging for Blizzard didn't make sense. In fact, it's never been done for any version of World of Warcraft. They assume if servers are the way they are.
Oh, well, why don't we have merging? Well, we never had it before. Well, that's why we don't have it, because we ain't have it before. We don't like the idea of somebody losing their name. Here, let me solve it for you, Blizzard. Merge the servers. Either give players a last name. And so, like in Final Fantasy, right, I'm Asmongold Bald, and not just Asmongold or Bald. Either do that, or number two, you just take whoever has the character that has the name that was created on the earliest date, that character gets the name. Problem solved. I wonder which one people would rather have. Would you rather play on a server that's dead or have to change your name? Come on.
And that's an environment that's been built by players. Why would you force them to change it? Would they consider incentivizing people playing on low population servers? If so, how? Would they consider capping factions perhaps? Well, they said it would limit player choice way too much given how we know servers tend to end up. How about free transfers, but for one specific...
Blizzard already solved this problem in BFA with War Mode. War Mode is the solution to this problem. But they're not going to do that with Classic WoW.
Faction, which is becoming problematic. For this regard, he says, it's fairly conclusive that players do not take advantage of free character migrations or paid transfers to move.
Why the fuck would anybody want to transfer to a dead server? Here, you want to get people to transfer to the dead servers? Add back realm firsts. Add in more realm firsts. Like, give people, like, more realm first and, like, different types of things for, like, having, you know, an accomplishment in a certain realm. Then you'll get more people transferring.
to the underdog faction. It's just not something that happens to a degree to move the needle in a positive direction.
Obviously
and offering
not.
that move as the only option that players have for free transfers is likely not going to be positively received by players who are unhappy with their current realm. What about cross-realm play then? Is this just the endgame for World of Warcraft servers? For this he says, what if it was restricted to only people on your friends list or in the same community as you?
I've heard of
what
this
if this
before.
only worked in
before.
instance content? These are a few things that might be cool to explore. It's definitely worth talking about more, but this is something we'd really have to think long and hard about. Perhaps
if they did a new season of Mastery with WoW, I would want it to just be one Omega server. Everybody plays on the same server. Everybody's on different layers. You can go and play with whoever you want on the different layers. And if they have to have different servers, you have cross servers. You can join other servers the same as you can in Final Fantasy. I think that servers are fucking stupid and they are only a technological limitation and they serve no value to enhance the gameplay experience of the vast majority of players. That's what I think.
Most interestingly, he says, overall the data we have suggests that players don't seem to want an even playing field or they care more about having their faction be heavily populated and lively.
Isn't that what I said? Isn't that what I said? Didn't I say that people didn't want an even playing field? Everybody said I was wrong. Isn't it crazy what the numbers show? Isn't that just, how could you ever fucking imagine that?
Than they care about their realm being balanced. It really is quite a complicated
Pretty
system.
much for sure.
Take
True.
Firemore, for instance. Blizzard does nothing. The population over triples from the start of TBC. They take action, and nearly half of the player base goes, and one faction entirely leaves. In many ways, this kind of feels like the retail faction balance conversation all over again. By the way, despite having cross-server play for years, retail realms are by no means balanced either. Certain content can only be done by players from the same server, and the auction house is still a thing.
They're getting rid of that. In season 4, they're not having that. Like, you can still do mythic cross realm. In Dragonflight, I think you should be able to do cross realm on day 1. Like, you should be able to do cross realm mythic raiding on day 1. Because most people want to be able, like most serious players, want to be able to at least try mythic raiding. And the fact that they're on a dead server, even if they're not going to mythic raid, they are going to feel like, I can never get there because I'm on this server. Hall of Fame is stupid? Well, I don't care about that. Like, the thing is, giving 100 guilds a better ruler to measure their dick size against each other is not more important to me than making the game good for everybody else that's not in those 100 guilds. Who cares?
Nevertheless, balance was an active talking point for years and years, with Blizzard saying,
we had Realm First titles for like 3 expansions, or Realm First achievements. We had Realm First achievements in Wrath, Kata, Mists of Pandaria, and I think they got rid of them in the bad one, WoD. So we had them for three expansions, and then they just got rid of them. Because they realized, like, well, we don't want to do this anymore because it's, like, weird. And that's it.
Thinking about it, we're aware, we're thinking about it, we're considering our options, and all that time the solution loomed. The drastic step that everybody knew would really solve things. But it felt as though it couldn't be justified until it was, and that was cross-faction play. In Classic, it's
the problem is that Blizzard didn't make the decision about cross-faction play. Players did. Alliance has better racials in a lot of ways, but everybody's already on Horde. So the players just effectively decided, no, we're not going to do cross-faction gameplay anymore. We're all just going to play on this one. That was about it.
been a day one talking point. Blizzard are trying to fix things, they're aware of the problem, but what's our obvious solution that we all know would fix things? Surely not sharding and cross-server play. We have seen firsthand with retail, it doesn't work out long term still. Players seem to just want big servers with one faction on them. Should there only be a handful of mega...
I think that sharding and cross-faction play is totally fine. And I think that anybody should be able to play with anybody on any server. But if you want to talk about open worlds, what would I really want to see Blizzard do in the interim? I would like to see Blizzard make it to where each server is a battle group. So like you see an environment of people that are like in that battle group, but you can still join any server that you want. I don't think sharding is that bad. I think the sharding technology is bad. I don't think the idea of sharding is bad. I like it whenever, you know, I'm leveling a character and I go into a shard and there's 7 other people leveling in Red Ridge Mountains. That's cool. That's an MMO. So sharding should be used to let that happen.
Servers per region with a huge amount of layering? What about the war mode model instead of PvP and PvE servers? Is that what Classic is missing? But the ball is in Blizzard's court to make a decision if anything will truly change, because player trends won't. And Blizzard can make the difference. Firemore has shown that even the largest server in the world isn't immune to drastic change when Blizzard takes action. As of today, despite overall faction balance standing within a few % of each other across all tracked servers, only 5 of those servers are within a 5% faction balance average between the Horde and the Alliance. But hey, there's the Wrath Classic Fresh servers. Surely things will be different this time. I mean, Blizzard hopes so. There totally won't be one Horde server and one Alliance server. Surely it won't.
No, of course not. I remember, bro, I wonder if Louis had this happen on his server too. So in the opening of the gates of AQ, the massive war of the factions, all of the Horde went on one shard, one layer, and then all of the Alliance went on another layer. And all we did was spawn kill the NPCs that spawned right in front of the temple over and over and over, so we could farm enough reputation with Brood of Nozdormu to get normal reputation before we went into AQ40. Yeah, and every Horde guild was like, okay, let's go over to the Horde realm or the Horde shard, and then Alliance is on the the Alliance layer. Yes, of course this is what's going to happen because it's the most efficient thing.
Happen again. One of the big reasons a lot of people came back to World of Warcraft and rolled a PvP server back at the start of Classic was for the open world, for their conflicts, and for PvP experiences that you could no longer find in retail. And we didn't even...
The big battles in Blackrock Mountain, and I will even admit, I genuinely had a good amount of fun doing open world PvP in Classic WoW. I generally enjoyed it. I thought that it was something that was fun. But it just became... The problem was that you could never turn it off. So, like, if you didn't want to deal with it, you just couldn't play the game. That was the problem. But, like, I remember many times I would go and I would do, world PvP just by myself. Like, just solo world PvP out in, I remember fucking Savix and 2 other dipshit rogues sat for like 2 months at the Chillwind Camp Flightmaster, killing anybody that would land. Yeah, it was Savix and Guzu, and there was some other piece of shit over there too. I forgot his name. Yeah, it was another rogue. Oh my god, it was not Peyo. I'm pretty sure it wasn't Peyo. If it was Peyo, I'd remember killing him. Yeah, I would remember killing Peyo. No, I don't remember who it was. Bobka? No, Bobka was... I even fucking remember. Bobka was at Menethil Harbor. And yes, Bobka killed me at Menethil Harbor. I was going to go to Onyxia. I came back. I was dead.
have to wait for flying for that illusion to be shattered. In reality, things have followed the same path as retail, but at an even faster rate.
Of course.
If you're new or returning for Wrath of the Lich King, this is kind of how things are now. I would use the site ironforge.pro to get a good impression of where people are playing. It will also let you know whether your server is dead without you having to pay to log in and find out yourself.
Exactly.
Overall, though, when it comes to any semblance of faction balance, it feels like all the solutions aren't working. Maybe there just isn't one. Maybe having static servers with 2 factions just doesn't work as a good long-term format for an MMORPG. But if Classic is to be different from retail, it has to do things differently from retail, all while sticking to those design pillars that they went over not too long ago. And honestly, I've no idea what they could realistically do. And I'd usually try and propose my own ideas here, but I've really nothing that either hasn't already been suggested a million times over, or completely breaks the whole nurture and protect social experiences aspect of the game. So I guess I'll let me know.
Like, they're actually in, like, with the problem with, like, Burning Crusade, like Classic in general, right, is that part of Classic is having servers. And part of Classic is also having server communities. So in order to solve this problem, you need to effectively like devalue something that was a fundamental for why people wanted the servers in the first place.
Below if you've been affected by any server problems, felt the need to transfer. Also, if you have any idea of what could be done to improve things in the game, drop that down below as well. That's about everything from me today though. As always, thank you all so much for watching and listening in, and I shall see you all in the next one very soon.
This was a good video. Willie's made W Classic content ever since before Classic. Give him some support. He's a good guy. He's a good, honest man. Just trying to make his way and do what he can do. Give the video a like. Thank you, Willie. Good video. Videos like this make me realize how much of a miracle Grobulus is. I think it should have deserved a mention at least. Yeah, I know, but I don't know how long. Like, Grobulus, I think, will be different because it's an RP server. People join RP servers intentionally because they are RP servers. They want to have a certain type of experience and gameplay loop. So the faction imbalance on an RP server doesn't matter as much. It's like the server, like if I was going to re-roll on a server, I would re-roll on Moonguard. Because those people know how to play the game. They have fun. They talk and chat. They're not just spamming fucking to sell ahead of the curve again. Yeah, I would play on Moonguard. That's why all of my alts are on that server. Because it's got a community there. There's actual people there. Yeah, they know how to have a good time. So much guild drama on Moonguard, but it's hilarious. That's part of the experience, though. Maximum ratio difference 45-55 with each server. No, because people want to log on and play with their friends. Like, how bad is that if you tell people, oh, you can't play on my server because there's this faction balance thing? Well, fuck that. Nobody wants to deal with that. Yeah, it's just crazy. So, I don't know. I really hope that Blizzard is able to fix this for Wrath. As I said, I don't really know what they even could do. It sucks. Most viewers don't even RP there. It's the mindset. Yeah, I think so. But, I mean, I don't know. I think they need to do something because I feel like every server will default to this. I mean, look at this, bro. Like, that is brutal. Like, those facts, like, I guarantee you, these guys not having a good time. These guys not having a good time. Like, nobody here is having a good time. That's it. So, yeah, that's what I think. That's where I'm at. What do y'all think? Best thing that happened in Final Fantasy somewhere is the billboard drama. Yeah, that shit was fucking funny, man. Aren't people cheating in Ultimates now, too? People are cheating in Ultimates, aren't they? That's fun. Makes it easier that way. Yeah, they are. That's good. Watch the Necro video. I'll watch that tomorrow. I don't want to watch it today. It's a long video. It's like 30 minutes or something like that. I'll watch it tomorrow, okay? I just wanted to watch a couple of videos today and watch actually just one video. I want to talk about those other two topics, etc. Cause you know I've been chilling and doing that other shit. Watch Zeno's video about it. Signs to Quit WoW by Nixium. Listen, y'all can post if you want me to watch a video. Just post it on my fucking Reddit. And if a lot of people like the video, I will look at it. It's literally that simple. Oh my god. For a second, I thought that was Nick. I'm just looking at this. Oh, yeah. Y'all see this? Look how stupid Blizzard is. This is how fast it used to be. Look at this. Look how cool that is, man. It's so cool. It looks worse. Yeah, I know. It's lame. How cringe. Yeah, how fucking cringe. It's funny but sad. As I said, that change made me lose more hope for Blizzard with Dragonflight